Welcome to Absurdly Nerd Daily. Today we're talking controllers, the top 20 of all time. All three of us did a list of our top 20, and then I gave them to my lovely wife, and she tabulated the results and then put them in a random order. So we're going to pick them up, give our thoughts, our ranking of them, and then we'll flip it over and find out what it is same time you did. So we're starting out with the Wii U. We didn't have a Wii U on hand. Well, Eric does, but he couldn't find the controller. We have basically everything else here.
The Wii U Game Pad?
Yeah, the Wii U Game Pad.
The two-hander Wii U Game Pad.
Yeah, I'm curious where this is on y'all's list.
It was on mine. It was number 17.
It was number 18 on mine.
That was number 18 on mine, too.
Hey,
Yeah.
buddy boys.
This thing is, I mean, it's arguably the worst, but it's enough of a controller that it topped a couple of things for me. But, dude, come on. Like, you basically had to buy a pro controller to make the Wii U feel good because this thing was so cumbersome. I understand what they were getting at, and they kind of made it, real when they made the Switch. But God, it was such a goofy idea.
It's like the prototype Switch.
Yeah, but I mean, basically, and it felt like one of those Ubi kids pads, like tablets.
Oh, nice.
Like holding one of those.
Yeah,
I didn't play with this much. I was like, the Wii wasn't my cup of tea either, but I liked it enough. And then this came out, I was like, that does not look like something I want to buy.
Never played the Wii U. The only game I knew that was on the Wii U was Zombie U.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, that's a cool idea.
They had good games, and that makes this controller worse to me. But yeah, it's in a number 18 for me, and we won't spend too much time on it because I don't think we have that many positive things to say, and I don't want to be too negative.
There was cool things about it, like the Wind Waker remake.
Yeah.
The map was on that.
Yeah.
I mean, it still sucked as a controller, but there were some cool ideas with it.
Just constantly got your map pulled up there. I mean, that's convenient in its own way. But they were trying to recapture that DS magic,
Yeah.
But on to our next. Oh, actually, no. Let's reveal the actual score.
Reveal.
Number 17. Wow.
So I was right.
Yeah, you eked it up to number 17. Oh, let's roll right into another Nintendo.
Oh, nice.
The N64 controller.
Oh, nice. The
What
most
a
iconic
lovely
controller.
nostalgia trip it was to hold this again.
Where is this on your list? Because I know
Number
this.
10.
Number 10. Okay.
Wow.
I had it at number 17. This eked out above the Wii U, but this is the worst true controller there is. Look, this is one of my favorite consoles ever, but the controller is not good. It's just the games were so good, and we didn't have reference that this was
You don't
bad.
like
You want to know?
Z on the back here?
Oh, yeah, the Z.
You want to know where it was on my list? Number 6.
Damn. So you're going off iconography because,
Yeah, I'm going off iconography, but I love the way it
I mean,
it's
yeah,
iconic.
it looks good. I will say it looks good until you get your hands on it.
That dumb D-pad.
Yeah, this doesn't work. And the way it is with only having one analog, you're using these to do a lot of
your
gaming
camera.
things.
That was your camera a lot.
So yeah, up and down. I didn't like it. But going back to it, I didn't like it. I loved it then.
Yeah.
See, that's where I struggled a little bit. It almost moved up because I'm like, I used to love it so much, but I played it recently and I'm ready to see where it landed. So you had it at 6, you had it at 10, I had it at 17. Let's see where I pushed it down to. It's at number 10.
Number 10. Eric's right on the money. 2 times in a row.
Got 2 of them together. There's going to be a lot of people mad about that placement. They would think it'd be higher. And put the blame on me. I'm okay with that. On to the Duke Xbox original controller.
Yeah. Controller for men.
I held it one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You didn't play
I didn't
much
have
of
the
it.
original Xbox.
Yeah.
Friend of mine did and had this shitty controller.
Whoa. Harsh words for not necessary. I'll go ahead and tell you where the Duke was on mine. It's number 5.
Number 18.
Oh, what?
Yeah, this below the Wii U controller. This is a real controller.
This was real.
And it
works.
feels so, natural in a man's hand.
There's only one Duke, and that's John Wayne. It's not this controller.
I'm pretty sure I had this in 8 or 9. It was somewhere in
That's
that
okay to be
range.
wrong.
This is one of my favorite controllers ever made.
Let's see where it actually landed. Number 8. She could have wrote them bigger. I will say she could have wrote the numbers bigger. Number 8 is where it ended up landing. I'm pretty sure that's where I had it.
Close to 18 where I had it.
Yeah, close. Just drop that.
You can have that too.
Let's get those out of here. We didn't have one of those to reference either. I wish we would have. On to a classic, a legendary controller.
The SNES.
Fantastic controller.
Yes.
I love this controller.
That's a really good controller, actually. Looking at it now.
Where did you have it on your
I
list?
had it at, let me look here at my list. Number 9.
Okay.
I had it, the SNES, I had it at number 17. So from 15 up, I have not touched any of these controllers.
Oh.
Well,
So
here,
number
touch
17.
it.
Well,
Give
you
it-
touched them, but you didn't play the games with them.
Definitely didn't.
Give it a touch.
Give it a touch. Move it. Go ahead and move it on up. I'm pretty sure I had it at like 15 though.
Yeah.
It is a really good controller for its time. There's just not a lot to say about it. I think everything above 15 for me is a good controller. I don't have problems with them. It's just like this kind of fell behind some of the more, progressed
It's
inventions.
simple, but it has 4 buttons.
Yeah.
Well, it has 6 buttons.
So the games back then were simpler and didn't need
Yeah,
more than that.
it does
I know,
exactly
I'm-
what it needs to do. And when you compare it to what came before it, I think it was a big jump up. I either
Feels
had
good in
14
the
or
hands.
15.
It does
Yeah,
feel
does feel
kind of
good.
good, actually.
So let's see where it landed. Number 11.
I
Ooh.
like that, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I mean, you better take it.
I think it's a good placement for a controller that's 30 years old.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
doing pretty good to still be there.
Doing pretty good.
Oh, we're moving to the newest controller, period, on our list. The DualSense Edge.
And this was a point of contention for us because
I'll get my Elite Pro controller stuff out of the way real quick.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
good.
like things that fall apart. I don't think like taking knobs off and putting stuff on because they never stay on.
Yeah.
And I paid a lot of money for this, and the sticks are falling off. And
gets all loose.
if
and
you drop it
jingly.
once, it's Legos. It's a Lego. It's
Yeah.
See, the way to make this design better, and I don't know if they could actually
but
do
I
it.
have not played with the Edge, so I don't. I mean, this is all from just my thoughts.
Well, my
Yeah.
thought was I have this high, really, really high, because the latency and the performance is designed to be the best performing controller. But yes, I do agree. The weight and everything, it doesn't feel as good as like the stock one. I don't know. The controller shape is good and everything, but all the bells and whistles do add a little bit of clunk.
and
to
then
it.
like, I know this is because this is going to come up again with the DualSense because I had the DualSense higher than this,
yeah,
but the battery life doesn't change much. I don't think with the Edge, which is
I think it's the same basically.
which with the Elite Series 2,
It's a lot
It's a
better.
lot better battery size.
Yeah, I'd rethought mine a little bit, but I was still like, there's a reason it's $200. And again, we haven't really had our hands on this one, but I'm just assuming it's the better version of the DualSense.
Yeah.
So that's why I put it higher.
So what was it?
Let's see. It was number 5. That is a lot lower than I expected.
It is number on mine. It was number 6.
Number 6.
It was number 15 on mine.
Jesus.
I haven't touched it.
Okay, well, I'm ready to find out where you had the DualSense. Because this is that, but like the ultra deluxe version is what it's supposed to be.
I haven't touched it.
Jesus, number 5. Okay, so that's number 5. Okay, so the DualShock 2, a legend of the industry.
Legend.
I agreed, but I had it lower because I think every DualShock that came after it
Yeah.
was better than the DualShock 2.
DualShock 2, the only thing it did from the DualShock 1 to make it any different was these little thingy my bobbers right here, dude. The little analog
Oh, I
stickies.
think this is a massive leap from the DualShock 1.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, whenever you considered PlayStation controllers, it was just like, they just kept getting better. So
Yeah,
like this
yeah.
is, for me, I'm pretty sure I had this at like 14 or
I
13
had
or
this
14.
at
11.
number 12.
Yeah.
I had this 11.
This is one of the most played controller. Probably is the most played
It's
controller
the
of all time.
best selling controller of all time because
Yeah.
of I think PS2 still number 1.
Yeah, it's still
number
over
1.
100 million. I don't think anything's past that. But yeah, so yeah, that is number 9. Turned out to be number 9.
Nice.
That's about right.
That's not bad.
Not the
Yeah.
worst. Not the worst. Could be better. Could be worse.
Moving on to better.
Oh, okay.
The DualShock 4.
This one?
Yes, the
The
sweet,
DualShock
sweet.
4, the introduction of the
Touchpad.
touchpad, the lights,
Beautiful.
and does it have a speaker on it?
Yes.
Yeah,
But not as good as the DualSense speaker.
Nobody needed the speaker, but we won't knock it for adding things, I guess. I kind of do though, because the battery on this thing sucks, and that's the only reason it is as low for me as it is. I think I had it number 5.
I had it at 8.
Ooh,
8.
Wow, I can't
You were the same.
can't believe y'all had them that low. I had it that low. It just feels so good in your hand though. I love the triggers on this thing, and like other than the matching analog, the parallel analog, I love this controller. It's one of my favorites.
This is my thing. On the Xbox controllers, these are a lot thinner, and I feel like if I was in a heated combat, I feel like this would break apart.
Yeah, I mean, I've
It
noticed
doesn't,
I
obviously,
put
it's
a
a
lot of
well-made
pressure
controller,
on.
but,
Yeah.
I
I
just
like that there's
feel-
more there though. Not having the curvature is what knocked it
That-
compared to the Xbox One controller for me. But on to the next one.
On to
The
next.
Wii Remote.
Oh,
This sweet little Wii Remote.
With the Nunchuk.
I'm very curious where this landed on yours, Eric.
number 15.
Let's take a gander.
I had it at number 16. Just because it's very much a remote and not a
Yeah.
controller.
I had it at number 10.
Number 10? Damn. I need to look over your whole list of things.
you can. Take a gander.
I gave them a lot of points over the other Nintendo. All of my back 5 are Nintendo controllers.
Oh, wow.
I know that hurts people to hear, but I gave them points for creativity. Like this thing went out of the way to be different.
They also
And
ran out of buttons, so they just stuck another controller on here.
yeah, it's a little corny.
they did.
Everybody
But I
holds
like it.
controllers with 2 hands, and you hold this one with 2 hands too.
Sorta. I mean, you do, but like in
Yeah,
a
try to
very
hold that
different
motherfucker
way.
with 2 hands.
You can.
It's different.
I did.
Oh, yeah, hold it sideways?
Yeah.
It's
play Mario
different in
Kart?
the right way rather than the Wii U way.
The Paper Mario was sideways. It's like that.
Yeah, and it felt terrible.
Oh, I loved it.
I played Galaxy with that thing, and it felt terrible.
Loved it.
But yeah, it's a good controller. It's an okay
can point-
controller,
you can point
and
it.
it is the number 12 controller.
Ooh.
Yeah,
We got
probably
it.
the second most
We got it
used
right.
controller behind the
Could be a
DualShock
10.
2.
Could be.
On to one Cole's never played.
Yes, sir.
The Sega Genesis. You've never played it either, have you?
No, I just played Saturn.
Yeah. Well, we got it right here,
Yes,
and
look at
y'all
this.
got to hold on it and play with it a little bit, and give it a check.
So when did Phil Collins put this up?
This is the Genesis. I love this controller.
Ding.
It's not bad.
I was never a Sega guy.
Me either.
But the few times I did play with it, I noticed, for me, I like it better than the
The
Nintendo
D-pad
controllers
is
at the time.
fat,
Okay.
bro.
Yeah, this is another one of those things where it just feels like it's made for a man, like for a grown up. Like, and I think that's what they were kind of going for. Like kids
sure.
could play, like it's fine. But I just like the shape of it better than the simplicity of the Super Nintendo. But where did we land? Where did y'all have it at? Low, real low.
19.
I had it at 16, and it is our number 16 controller.
I had it at
I don't know why I'm holding this up like the camera
I
can
don't
see
know.
what the number is.
I also
Sorry.
don't know how I got to 16. You had it at 19, I had it at 20.
Well, it means there's some that,
Tied.
Worse.
yeah, because we had that on one earlier with 12.
Son of a bitch.
Some of them we aligned on. Okay, so this is the Series X standard controller.
Just the Xbox
yeah,
One.
the one that came with the console.
Xbox One and Series X controller.
I adore this controller.
Yes, me too.
It is my number 4 controller.
My number
Ooh.
7.
It's my number 4 controller. We're buds.
I deliberated really hard over this because, man, almost everything about this I like more than any controller ever.
Yeah.
But they didn't go the extra mile and give me the
That,
haptics. Like I want that good rumble, and the rumble here is like last gen rumble.
Yeah.
But the shape of this controller, I just don't think there's a better shape. It just fits in your hand right. I love the curvature of the triggers and everything. And it's a big deal to me to have offset joysticks. It matters.
See, I was just fixing to bring that up.
Yeah, but it still landed at number 4 for me. And y'all had it where? 7 and 8?
Yeah, I had it at 7.
I did it 4.
Yeah, at 4. Okay. And it is number 3. The number
Oh,
3 controller.
shit.
Yeah.
Spicy, icy.
This is mixed up at the top. I thought it was going to be a shoe-in that I was going to just be predicting the top 5 right. Yeah. But here we go. We go from the standard to the Elite 2.
Elite 2.
I had this at 5.
I had this at number 3.
Same. I had this at number 3.
I had this at number 3 because it's heavy as fuck, which I love.
See, I like it.
Mine
but
crumbled.
It gets old. Like I feel like it's, I don't know. I like the weight of the original just fine. So like to
Yeah.
me, it's a little just extra cumbersome. My big thing is the battery. That thing will last like 20 hours of playtime. It almost became number 1 because of the battery alone. But it is number 2 overall.
Oh my God, dude.
Wow. Okay. Let's
That's
see.
insane. Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Insano. Another classic, the NES controller.
The rectangle?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
The OG.
The one that everyone has on t-shirts.
The most standard looking controller there is. I had really low. This was like my, I think 16 or 17.
I had this
16.
at 14.
It does the job.
Yeah.
But there's really nothing else to say about it. It's just
No.
fine, like for what it was, it works fine. But it also just feels very like you're not holding anything.
Feels sharp, don't it?
Yeah, it's very sharp. It isn't uncomfortable because it's so light, but it feels like you didn't get much for your money. You know,
a
like
pack of gum.
this thing is nothing,
Yeah.
and that's fine. But it's number 14 overall.
The cord was so short, kids had to sit right in front of the TV.
That was a problem. Yeah, that's a good negative on it.
Good negative.
Good negative. On to one of my favorite controllers ever, the Xbox 360.
One of mine too.
It's so good.
One of mine too, because it's my number one.
Wow.
It's my number one.
You just really love the shape of it?
I love the shape of you, dude.
Dude, you cut him, he bleeds green. That's why it's
That's
number
true.
one.
I don't bleed green, dude.
I do think, I mean,
little bit.
I think they got better with the Xbox One and the Series X one, but I think this one was the beginning of the perfect design of the shape of it. Like, I think it still feels comfortable in your hand, but it has a little bit of that lightweight thing that I was talking about with the NES.
Do you know where you had yours? My voice cracked. Do you know where you had it? On yours?
I had it at number 6.
I had it number 4.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you had this above the original or the standard Xbox
Yes, I'm an
Series
insane
X one.
person.
Yeah, I did. I like the 360 better.
Wow. I mean, it is iconic for sure. Like, it's a more successful console, let's be real. But it ended up being tied for number 2. Tied for number 2.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, it's tied. What was number 2? It's tied with the Series X Elite.
Yeah.
So we can tie break this right now. What do y'all think?
Elite.
I'll give it to the Elite. But I would still have love in my heart for this.
So you're going between performance and iconicness. And
That's,
I think
that's
I'm gonna
not a
go
nickname
performance
compared to Cole's. Performance over here, iconic.
And I am iconic. I am nothing if not iconic.
here. We've gotten to a fun one here. The Wii U board.
Oh.
Oh, the Wii Fit Board.
Or yeah, my bad. The Wii Fit board.
The machine that called me obese every day for a summer.
I didn't need a machine for that. I have eyes.
Number 20 on mine.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I didn't have it at number 20, I'm going to tell you.
It's number 19, and it's only on this list because I stepped on it once. And I was like, this is going to be dumb.
It is. It is very dumb. But at least it's cool technology is why it's my number 19.
I like the yoga trainer.
Yeah, it does what it was designed to do, and I give it credit for that. It wasn't fun. I mean, even the games they designed to be fun around it, I didn't find fun. But the technology was cool, and it's whatever. We needed an extra one to get to 20, guys.
What is your last one?
Son of a bitch.
That was number 20, by the way. That's what that is.
On our list?
okay.
Yeah. The DualShock 3.
Yeah, PlayStation 3's controller.
Yep.
So you guys were talking earlier about the DualShock 2 being the most played. DualShock 3 is probably my most played controller other than an Xbox.
I don't
360.
remember a whole lot about the DualShock 3.
Well, this is not the on brand. This is a third party one. I didn't have a first party one. The shape of it
Mine
is
was red,
good.
bro.
Yeah.
It's a little odd with the really long here. I don't feel like it really does that much for it to have these extra long handles.
I remember it, but it's like it doesn't stick out.
No, I mean the DualShock 2 and 3 are very similar.
I put it at 11 on mine.
I think mine was red.
Yeah.
It's my first ever controller that was.
You had a gold one, right?
You know what? Yeah, you know what stands out to me about the PS3 that makes it go down on my list is the triggers were super slick. Like your finger would come off of them real easily, and that's the only real negative I got. So it's like 13 for me. It's a fine controller.
I told you.
but it's
DualShock
below
3.
the 4.
Put 11.
Let's see where it landed. Number 7 on the overall list. That's higher than I thought it would be.
It was my number 7.
Okay.
I love this controller, bro.
Things are about to get interesting here because we're at the JoyCons, the Nintendo Switch JoyCons.
I like the JoyCons.
The JoyCons are the biggest piece of crap ever created in video games.
Oh, no.
From a first-party standpoint, these are the worst controllers on this list for me.
Oh, they're fine.
No, they're junk. They are the lowest quality they could put out with a console and get away with it. They are a step backwards in every way.
They got more haptics than the Xbox controllers.
Though the rumble is fine, it's never really that useful for anything you're doing. The buttons feel like they're going to break, like they're going to just stay in when you press them in.
Yeah.
The joysticks are always loose and wiggly, and I've broken 2 because they're just that cheaply made. The tracks, they don't slide into the tracks and stay in the tracks. They keep popping up every time I pick up my Switch. They're not comfortable. I hate these controllers so much. I wish they would give me any other option that has rumble and I would stop complaining, but these suck. And they're $80. They're acting like they're 2 controllers in a pack. They're not.
These were
$80.
number 2 on my list.
What?
Oh my.
No, I'm kidding.
No, dude, I was so mad. I was so mad, bro.
It's number 13 on mine.
This is number 14 on mine. It's
Number 20.
It's my worst controller that I've spent more than a couple of hours on.
They're below the Wii Fit for me because the Wii Fit is at least a solid piece of technology and a step in some direction. These were just a reverting in every way.
Get the fuck out of here.
The motion controls is no better than the Wii.
Oh, they were. I don't
want
use
to turn
them.
the motion controls off on my JoyCon. I don't like it.
It's
I don't use it.
terrible.
I don't use
The
it. I
bumpers
don't
are
want to turn
awful. I'm done. I'm sorry. Someone out there is really mad. Eric's probably really mad, but
I think they're
fucking hate these
fine.
controllers. Okay, on to...
Where are they in our list?
They're number 15 on the list. Sorry, I was about to forget that. Number 15 overall. The Switch Pro controller.
Oh, this right here.
This was my number 7.
This is my number 3.
It's my number 9.
You had this above the Series X controller?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, no, it's not. It's good. It's my number
What's
7.
wrong with it?
It's a Series X controller.
Yeah, it's a worse Series X controller. The triggers are like a quarter inch.
Yeah.
You move the triggers
I like
about a
that.
quarter inch. Like it's all very spongy and springy. I'm not saying they're bad. It's a good
no,
controller.
it's a great controller. It makes the console.
Yeah, it makes the Joy like they should sell this with the fucking console because the Joy-Cons are that bad. But like it's fine.
I love it.
It's not as good. Like they're trying to be Xbox and just not doing as well. The D-pad is too small and clicky.
Small.
It's small.
Small.
It's fine. Like it's a good controller, but it's not as good as its competition.
Ah,
I just can't believe it. Number 3.
yeah, it's great.
We are different.
It's just,
That's the beauty of
it's
this.
just great. It just works.
I knew
my
this
number
was
9.
going to be our most contentious
Yeah, but it's
list.
not like they had to release another controller
Yeah,
like
to make up for their
make
bad
up for their
controllers.
Joy-Con drift and shit.
This is tied for number 4 on our list. I don't know what it's tied with, so we can't break that tie right now. We'll
Right
sort
now,
that
right
out in post. The DualShock original PlayStation controller.
Yes, sir. Here we go.
I had this at like 14, I think. It was just above all of the Nintendo stuff.
Had it at 16.
I did it 12.
It's yeah. I feel like this is in the same vein as this for me. Like a
I had
great
it behind the
first
Wii.
step.
I had it behind the Wii remote
I
and
think
Nunchuk.
you're right on that.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I like it better than the Wii Remote personally, just because it feels like a controller.
I just couldn't imagine. I mean, I guess I did
Yeah.
because of that, but it's weird to think
Yeah.
of the games that were on
Yeah.
that system without analog.
We don't have
Yes.
the OG.
Spyro.
We
Yeah,
don't
see,
have-
that's weird of me. To,
Yeah, to just use the D-pad
That's so weird.
to play Spyro.
Yeah.
And Tony Hawk.
Mm.
All the Tony Hawks.
We don't have the OG.
Not all of them, Jesus.
We don't have the OG DualShock here, but it's similar to this for me in terms of it doesn't weigh anything.
Yeah.
And so like I don't know, like I like to have a little bit of like, okay, I'm holding something substantial here.
I did
You know?
smack one of my cousins with one time.
Well, good thing it was the first one and not the second one.
Yeah, I fucking dinked his
But
ass.
it is number 13 overall, about where I thought it'd land.
It's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good. On to a legendary controller on a console that did not get the love it deserved.
Agreed.
The GameCube controller.
You don't want to know where it's at though.
It's going to be your number 1, isn't it?
Number 2.
Number 2. Well, it's my number. I'm pretty sure it was my number 4. See, I don't have my list in front of me, but I had this above some things you wouldn't have
Tell you why.
expected because of my history with Xbox.
That's the
Yeah, it's got good triggers.
yes.
Like, I'd still rather play Smash on a GameCube
Oh yeah.
controller
I
than
thought
on
about buying
any-
one just for Smash Ultimate.
Yeah. It's either 4 or 5 for me. What'd you have it at?
13. I didn't play it as a kid.
That's fair.
I
It's
do.
so
no,
what
I
you
do-
had. We got to address something.
He
You
bleeds
had
green.
this above that.
Yeah.
This is so much better than the N64
Agreed.
controller.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd like this one better.
I mean, that's fair. That's what this list is.
No, don't get me wrong. Like, this is a great design, and I've played like 3 games on it with my cousins.
So you
Well,
played
it
it?
was like Pokemon Stadium. I played it like a handful of times. Pokemon Stadium, maybe.
Yeah.
A
Coliseum,
Mission
probably.
Impossible game and something else. But the thing, no, was it? I don't know. But I do like the controller. I just didn't get a lot of time with it, like you guys. I do like that it's loud as fuck.
I still.
Well, mine's old as fuck.
It
too.
still is wild to me how they situated these buttons, though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
It
but
has the most unique button scheme.
but it
that's
makes
for sure.
sense that the A button is the most
biggest-
used button.
yeah.
It should be the biggest one. Like, I don't know. They
The
thought
action
about a lot
button,
with
The
this.
action button.
I hate the little,
I don't like
the little
Little nipple?
C nipple analog, though. But I love the shape of it. And it's just so Japanese, and I love that about it.
Yeah, I love
I'm in
the
love
GameCube.
with the shape of you.
A little bit
I
of
love the
crack there.
GameCube one.
Overall, it landed at number. It was tied for number 4.
What was that with the dual?
DualShock.
No.
No. Frickety frack. Suck my crack.
Was it the Pro?
Yeah. Okay. It tied with the Pro controller for number
Ooh,
4.
Nintendo
Did it
Showdown.
for really?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Then that Pro controller.
Yeah, Pro controller's just no. It's the GameCube for me. What do you think?
Oh shit! I'm gonna say Pro Controller because it made the console.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
Actually, I've had GameCube higher, so I don't know why. It's more of defensive Pro Controller. But
yeah, because I've attacked it so hard. Okay, so the last one we have is the DualSense.
This beauty.
Yeah, PlayStation's recent progression.
Yes.
Next gen controller, all the bells and whistles. You can blow in this thing.
Can you fucking really?
Yeah, you know, that's one of the things with the
an Astro.
Astros.
Yeah.
They've never used it again. This is my number one controller.
My number one controller.
Yeah. My number 2.
I think it is nearly perfect if they would just move this up here.
I think their Scuff is releasing one that you can slide.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't want to include third-party stuff just because that gets messy and we haven't played many of those. But I think it's damn near perfect. The triggers are the perfect amount of resistance. I don't think the adaptive stuff went over the way I wanted it to. It's a little
I
annoying.
like it in some games. Not nothing multiplayer, but like a story game, it doesn't bother me.
The big thing here, one, the shape is fantastic, but the rumble here is just
haptics.
It's the most next gen thing about any of the consoles to me. Like, I love the rumble here.
Also, I think one of the best things Sony ever did with a controller is put a fucking touchpad on it.
See, I was going to say the opposite.
I love the touchpad.
Especially on the DualShock 4, I thought it was so stupid because I've never, ever used this.
Ghost of Tsushima.
I've clicked it. I click it to start it. That's all.
Swipe left, swipe right, swipe up, swipe down.
Why?
Because it
you got an analog stick.
Yeah, but it takes you different places.
I used to like in Ghost too.
Yeah.
I just don't like when
swipe up. It brings the win.
It brings the win.
So they overthink some things sometimes. Like I don't need the speaker. I can hear it out of the TV.
But that's so cool.
But is it when?
I love it. I love getting a phone call from my friends when I'm playing games.
And then I'm like, Jesus.
Like on Resident Evil 4, and they call in. I'm like, dude, they're right here in the room with me. I'm so immersed right now.
When you reload on Resident Evil 4 and you hear the reload, but then you start shooting and
then I stand up because I'm like, holy shit, the action's right here in front of me. I'm immersed.
But it wouldn't make sense that you would hear the reload but not the shooting. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't do anything for me personally. But I love the buttons on this thing. I could go on and on about
Evil
it.
Within 2, which wasn't a DualSense thing, but it was more of a PlayStation 4.
DualShock 4.
There's one area like where a ghost was whispering and it would come through the controller. So freaking creepy, dude.
So creepy. I turned it off.
Not me.
I turned that off.
I turned it up. Immersed.
Turn the lights down. I got it. Okay, we got to talk about the negative here. The battery sucks.
Battery is bad.
It's so like I can't play 3 hours without it popping up.
I have 2 controllers and I constantly just swapping.
Yeah, but mostly really good. If they can figure out the battery, they're on it.
Also, they're since PlayStation 1. Their default color has been black, and then they switched to white and black. That's cool.
I bought a black.
They do have an all black one. Obviously, they have all kinds of colors.
I love the look of the white, but it gets dirty easily.
Very.
Like I don't like that about it. But
right
I
here on mine is probably dirty. The back side right there, where I'm like always where it's resting right here.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm playing like Fortnite or something, where my hands are just freaking sweating.
Yeah. I'm gonna go into
sweaty.
One more negative. It's not a big negative. I don't like the menu button.
I don't like it either.
I like this better.
I like the bubble because I feel like there's an actual button to press.
Yeah,
that's why I like the 360. I like 360 because it's a bubble.
I like their home button.
This one is like
that feels terrible. I hate the rubber buttons on those. The Xbox, I also should have mentioned. I don't like the capture button. I've hit it so many times on accident.
Yeah.
But anyway, the DualSense is number 1. I think we all knew when we started this list it would probably end up being number 1. What did you have?
I really didn't think y'all would have it.
You had
one.
Yeah, but that's our list. It was a little bit of a shit show. We all have disagreements here, but we knew it would be that way.
You didn't bring JoyCons.
Yeah, I forgot to get them off my Switch. They're trying to get off of there on their own.
Apparently they're popping off and walking around your living room.
Yeah, dude.
Dude hates JoyCons.
I'd melt them down if I didn't have Tears of the Kingdom. Just give me a good controller, please.
Bro, I bought
the next one.
I bought a $17 secondhand because I was gonna buy the Pro controller from Walmart.
They put the Joy in Joy-Con for me,
and it was like $60, and it was like, oh, you can't buy it. It's on back order, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy $17. The $17 Walmart brand Nintendo Switch controller is better than the fucking Joy-Cons.
Yeah, it feels better. Yeah. If they had Rumble and didn't feel like they were made of nothing, then I would think they were better. I just wish it was shaped like the backbone, like just come out a little bit. Give me some handles. Like that would help a lot.
This feels fantastic.
They can try and spruce it up, put all the, polish that turd all they want with the little slide thing and everything.
Do you
It's never
think
comfortable.
It gets away from JoyCons in the next console?
There'll be some form of a Joy-Con, but it won't be that crappy. I hope. But yeah, let us know how much you hate us in the comments, because I understand. Like, I kind of hate us. But that's our list. Give us all your thoughts, and subscribe if you want to. Maybe like the video, share it with your friends, make fun of us, and but come back next time and stay nerdy.